Hey, what's up you guys, DJMama here, and once again we are here with, well, Master Duel. It's been a while since I've uploaded any Master Duel content. I don't know. I just enjoyed playing paper more. I went to more locals and I enjoyed non-online Yu-Gi-Oh! But after falling this rank and then picking up a few games, I decided to pick it up again. So here we go. So we have some plays to make. So right now this is going to be Skull Servants. So I remade my Skull Servant deck. 60 card grass, if you want to call it. But yeah, we were just trying to summon big Skull Servant and win the game. And these are some matches I got from low ranked Yu-Gi-Oh! So this hand is kind of bad. Luckily, I don't think we're going first. He just sets and passes. I'm like, oh no. Did I get like a structured gamer or did I just get somebody who bricks? Left arm is actually pretty good here, so we'll just get left arm. Relinquished Anima. So, I thought Relinquished Anima, like the other Relinquish, can take any monster. But that monster does have to be face up for Relinquish to take it. I thought you can just take it. But no, it does have to be face up and point to it. But yeah, we do get White Prince trigger here. White Prince is going to send ourselves a lady and a Skull Servant. I'll also chain to the I chain White Princess just to lower and add another name to graveyard, send it, then I left arm banishing Skull Servant and Small World, and we'll get grass. Hasn't been interrupted me, so I'm just gonna raw grass here. We mill a lot of good cards. We trigger the White Breaking and another White Prince. Do we trigger another one? No, just two. So we have triggered White Prince and White Baking. I want to make sure White Baking goes through because White Breaking is really important. We also have to mill Snow. There's a Pros, Burial, Orpha Scorpio. But yeah, let's just send two more names. Search White Mare, White Prince, discard the White Prince. White Prince effect once again. Luckily we didn't mill our... No, this is a summon from deck. Please summon one from deck. Activate White Mare. White Mare summon back. Another King of the Skull Servant, and this is enough for game. 12,000. He's playing... What was that card? He's playing Lancer Dragonite. Cool. 12k damage. We mill about a lot of our deck, and that is the first game. That's basically what this deck wants to do, is just wants to make big number. But what happens if we happen to go first? Or, yeah, I think this is the one where we go first? I'm not really sure. Yeah, we are going first this one. So, we're playing the Brilliant Fusion package. So our Brilliant Fusion package is just to get Seraphinite, and Seraphinite will give us an extra normal, and with 2 Unizombie, that seems pretty good for this deck. But even though Unizombie is once per turn, isn't it? Yeah, each effect once per turn. So we're gonna Seraphinite off the bat, summon Seraphinite, we're gonna Small World. We use the Unizombie and bridge Mizuki into Nemesis Keystone. We're going to Seraphinite. I think this is a Seraphinite summon, but we just get 1 extra normal. So we're going to Unizombie send White Baking. White Baking is going to kick up King of the Skull Servants and White Prince. White Prince send for to help resolve them, essentially resolving the effect, and then new chain White Prince. Oh, why didn't we trigger White Prince? Okay, I guess we trigger White Prince, and then we're just going to activate White Prince here. We're going to summon back the Lady in White. And we're going to Nemesis Keystone, summoning back White Prince, or shuffling back White Prince. And we're going to use Seraphinite and Keystone. We're going to make Union Carrier. Union, and on the extra normal, on an extra king, we target the king, make him, attach him with Dragon Buster Destruction Sword, which is still a legal combo in Master Duel, so I'm like, fuck it, do it. Also, he will not gain the 1,000 because Lady in White makes them unaffected by monster effects. It's unaffected by spell effects, so it won't gain the 1,000. It's Union Carrier gives the equip card, or the monster you equipped, make the monster it's equipped to gain 1,000, but I guess that's a spell effect that Lady in White will not let happen. Anyway, move on to the Lady the extra king and the Unizombie for IP Masquerena with no cards in hand. We're just gonna Alistair. I'm gonna chain Snow. Just make that lower. We're gonna also send the Brilliant Fusion because we don't really need it anymore. To summon Snow. I don't know why I snowed here. I should have waited for the Alistair summon. He's gonna set. He's gonna Twin Twister my Destruction Sword. And he's gonna set, and he's gonna go for El Shaddai Fusion. He's gonna send Alistair to make Winda. So he can summon for the extra deck. Yeah, he did have to do that, unfortunate. So he's gonna Dragon, pop his own back row, it's Schism. I'm gonna IP here, and we're going to make Underworld Goddess. That's why we did IP with no cards in hand. I knew we had a way to make Underworld Goddess, so I can get rid of the Winda, and Winda will get back Schism. He'll probably set the Schism. No, he didn't set it. I'll Keystone in end phase, add it back to hand, and cool. I can still attach things to Union Carrier because Dark and Zombie. We have a whole bunch of Dark and Zombies want to do, but we'll get back a King, shuffle it back, summon King, Skull Servant. Skull Servant attached to the normal Skull Servant. We'll get White Baking. Make the Dark Charmer. And we trigger White Baking here. We'll get White Prince. White Mare. Once again, tributing the White Prince. White Prince effect. Send those two. Once again, go for White Mare. Send back the team, and we'll go for 10k. Ooh. And that's the game. And let's go on to the last game, the last replay. That's basically Skull Servants. We can set up the Buster lock with this deck because Dragon Buster Destruction Sword is a dark, and you can make your King of the Skull Servants even bigger. But this deck is really hard to make negates in, for me. But I'll let me know in the comments what you guys think of this deck. I'm probably not playing it as many good cards, but whatever. Alright, we got a set 2 pass gamer. Not a 2-setter, but you know, set pass. I'm just gonna Regeki this. What's the worst that can happen? What could that be? It's Harpist, so we're playing Harpies. I'm gonna Reasoning, they call 1. And they got 1! I'm like, how do you call 1? Who calls 1? I play Regeki. I play 60 cards, maybe they thought it was Skull Servants, who knows? So we'll just White Baking, make Link Haribo. White Making effect, add the White Prince and the White Mare. Send off the White Prince effect, stun those back. Reborn the White Prince. With White Prince, I think we just link those two off into Union Carrier off the grip. Union Carrier effect, or no, White Prince effect, obviously. White Prince to mill, and then White Prince to summon from deck. We're gonna White Mare summon back Lady. Union Carrier attached to Dragon Buster, and then I'll go for attack. They set Mirror Force. Thank God I summoned Lady in white because I'm unaffected by spell and trap card effects. But Union Carrier is not. I'll still do 5,000. I couldn't do lethal, sadly, because we have Garnet and Kaiju in hand. Alright, end phase he gets Channeler, and here's where things get rough for him. We still have Dragon Buster Destruction Sword, meaning your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. So he summons Channeler, activates Egotist, gets Harpy Lady 1, goes for Hysteric Sign. Gonna add back the Elegant Egotist. He's gonna Egotist again, and he gets another Harpy Lady out. He still cannot hit over Lady White. He waits there for a second, realizing why he can't go into the extra deck. But little did he know, the man cannot go into the extra deck with Dragon Buster Destruction Sword equipped. So, unfortunate. Maybe he found hard to use Feather Storm. Unfortunate. Anyway, that's the deck, and now let's go show it off to you. All right, here's the list. I'll do a little card by card as we get there. So of course, here are our vanillas. We play 3 Skull Servants. They are bad to play, but I only drew them a little bit. Garnet sometimes you do draw them. Even in 60, they'll show up in your hand. It happens sometimes. We got, of course, 3 king, the win condition, the big boy, the big beater. 3 white mare. 3 white mare is like essentials of the combo. So if you open it, it's pretty good. And searching it off white baking is very good. Of course, we play 3 white prince. Enablers, just send 2 cards to the 2 named cards to the grave. Here's our Dragon Buster Destruction Sword with our Union Carrier. Broken combo. I'm surprised this is still in the game. Nemesis Keystone. Keystone, why we hit? He's level 1 for 1, and he's an Earth. So that means he that means he goes in with Seraphinite because they just have to be the same type. You can play the other Nemesis stuff if you can fit Thunder Dragon Colossus in here. Why not? Sure, you can do that. Moving on, 3 white baking, one of the best cards for Skull Servants. Came out in Blazing Vortex, so love to see the good old white baking, and I'm sad to see he got a common print in the 2022 Megatons, but that does mean you can play Skull Servant in Common Charity. Next up, the Lady in White. Yep, Lady in White. Gotta play her. She's so good. Unizombie, we're only playing 2. I kind of want to up this package because I'm playing a decent amount of synchros, but if you want to play the Link variant, you can just play something else. Unizombie is kind of nice as a starter, but other than that, he is tuner. He's good, obviously, but I don't know how good it is right now. White Princess, it's a starter because it dumps White Princess, and damage calc, this thing does really do some wonders. Next up, we have Orphoscorpio. I forgot this card is at 1 in Master Duel. Why? I was making the upgraded version of this deck. I'm like, I'll just play the Predaplant engine, and Orphoscorpio's at 1, and that's very unfortunate. So Orphoscorpio and Darlington Cobra. We do have other copies. We have Small World, so we can just search Orphoscorpio, but it's a little bit of a hard bridge. He is a dark though, so it does help. Darlington Cobra, 1 Ash Blossom, just because. Mizuki, very important card. We gotta mill those Mizukis, get those nice pluses. You gotta get those nice summoned back from the grave. You gotta do it. Next up, the 1 Snow. You only need 1 Snow. If you see it, you're like, crazy. Advantage always. 1 Kaiju, just because this deck cannot play under statue, and if we fought a Flu player, just in case. Next up, Regeki. Just 1 Regeki. 1 Regeki, 1 heavy Feather Duster. You can just play Lightning Storm instead, or yeah, these are 2 can be the other 2 Lightning Storms, but I don't have the Lightning Storms at the moment. We just have the 1. Card Destruction, very good card. When you just see things you want to see in the graveyard, just Card Destruction those cards away. Crazy. Monster Reborn, of course. You need all the reanimation you need. Reasoning, you have a very amount of levels in here, but they're mostly 1, and hardly anybody calls 1. Left arm, just these are grass copies 3, 4, 5, or yeah, no, 4, 5, 6. That's all they are. 1 for 1, very good spell because you can just summon the white baking or the white prince from deck and then link it off. Where Art Thou? It's kind of nice. You can search out your extender and white mirror. Nice, it's a nice little card. Twin Twister, sometimes we got to deal with back row, and there's another card we can do it. Hand Destruction, very kind of funny, but it does require the opponent to have 2 cards. Burial from the Different Dimension, very good. You'll want to see this because it gets back either your white princes or your Mizukis, and that's good enough to run it. The Brilliant Fusion, you got to do it. Extra Normal can be very vital for this deck. 2 Small World just to get whatever combo pieces you need. Pot of Prosperity, I only got 1 pot now. Oh well. Triple Tack, it's funny. That's all I gotta say about it. In the Lightning Storm, no explanation needed. Next up, Extra Dex Seraphinite. We need it for Brilliant Fusion. Dawn Dragster is pretty alright. It's our negate. Omega is very funny. Yeah. And we gotta play Boral Savage because Boral Savage is very, very good. That card's so good. Especially in this Link climbing deck, but you do make it later. It's hard to make this turn 1 for my setup. But on turn 1, we usually make Omega and we just rip a card out of our hand. Next up, Link Haribo. Level 1s. Level 1's Anima. Nightmare Phoenix, obviously. We gotta take care of some back row. Vendread Savior. This can be either a Vendread Savior or Vampire Sucker, whichever you can prefer. I just prefer this because it sends White Prince for free on damage calc. IP, do we need to explain IP? I don't think so. Cross Sheep's kind of funny, because I thought Cross Sheep, so we go the Orpha Scorpio route. Orpha Scorpio, summon Darlington Cobra, get the Brilliant Fusion. Then we use those two for Cross Sheep, and then we activate Brilliant Fusion. It's kind of funny, not gonna lie. Then Union Carrier. This card should probably be banned. It's a little too good. Next up, Dark the Dark Charmer, because recent release. There's a lot of good Darks that are gonna come soon, and Dark is pretty good in this deck. Unicorn, obviously. Roster Liger, this can be obviously a better link for. This should be Access Code or Apo, but Roster Liger is just what I have in my collection at the moment. Don't judge me. Stop it. And next, Underworld Goddess. When the singular Kaiju isn't enough, just make the one in your extra deck. And you do have ways to make it, because you can link climb pretty easily for Goddess. And yeah, that is the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!